Hi, here's a new kind of problem. Let's say we put some money in some kind of savings account, and in 2 years, $300 that we put in the beginning has turned into $318.27. We want to answer a couple of questions here. First of all, we want to know what was the interest rate. Was it 2%, 3%, 5%, 1.5%? And the other question is, how much would we have in 10 years if we just leave the money sitting in this account, assuming that they keep the same interest rate and they keep all their other promises? Okay. Here's how we interpret this to fit in with our work with exponentials. Remember, the generic exponential is this: y equals some constant times a to the x. We're going to think here of this $300 as being the money amount at time 0. When we first put the money in, no time has gone by, so we have 300 at that point. And you might remember from our previous work, when we have 0 for the first number, for the x, the second number is the number for c. So I can write y equals 300 a to the x. Second piece of information, after 2 years, we've got this 318.27 information. So if I put in 318.27 for the y and write 300a to the 2, signifying 2 years gone by, this is the same sort of thing we were doing last week, but with smaller numbers. Now, as we always do at this point, divide both sides by 300. And if you do this 318.27 divided by 300 with a calculator, you get 1.0609. And remember, that's not a, that's a to the second power. So what we need to do now is take the square root of both sides. And if you take the square root of 1.0609, you get 1.03. And you take the square root of a squared, of course, you get a. So the interest rate was 3%. You ignore the 1, just take this part after the decimal, 0.03, that's 3/100ths. That is equivalent to 3%. So the interest rate was 3%. I'm going to squeeze this in up here. This is really sloppy work, but hopefully you get the idea. Now, how much in 10 years? That's easy. We just plug in a 10 for the x. Now we know the whole equation was this: 300 times 1.03 to the x, where x is the number of years. And if you put that into a calculator, and let me show you what that screen looks like. 300 times 1.03 raised to the 10th power. We get, rounding that off to the nearest penny, like a bank would, 403.17. So that would be $403.17. Again, sloppy work on my part. Do what I say, not what I do, would you? That's the end of this one. Hope it helped. Bye-bye.